What's up guys, it's me Dorian and I'm back again with another video after 3 months of inactivity, and in these 3 months I actually tried to get good at the game and it's really paid off as I'm like 6.6k right now with this ice bow deck with arrows instead of log. And I use arrows because my log is level 10 as you can see, and the arrows really work because at this trophy range there's lots of minion hordes or lava hound, and the arrows really help against the lava pups or the minion hordes or even the bats that spawn from the night witch. And as you can see, this is a huge improvement from my last seasons. This is also my new PB. My best season was 6093, so this is a huge improvement. So in this video I'll show you the last 3 games that brought me to 6.6k. Let's go. Jonah Gold, and I think when I played this battle I was at like 6,530 something trophies, and when I saw that he cycled Ice Spirit and Log, I instantly thought that either he'll have X-Bow or Hog. So I really hoped it would be Hog here, because Hog 2.6 is the best matchup for Ice Bow I can think of, and it's just such a huge matchup for Ice Bow. If somehow someone loses this matchup, they aren't a good Ice Bow player. Like, this is a huge matchup for Ice Bow, or either way the guy that loses is a bad Ice Bow player, or the guy that wins, the 2.6 guy, is a beast at the game. Is a guy like Oyasu or Yerson, you know. So I tried to take it slow this game, but when I went for the first X-Bow, I knew that he overcommitted by oh my god, he overcommitted a lot. So I knew I was in a huge elixir advantage, so I just tried to cycle back to another X-Bow, because as you can see I have a Night Ice Wizard and X-Bow down, and he still hasn't hit 10 elixir, so that's huge. That's a huge advantage. Those arrows were supposed to be on tower, but I don't know what happened or how I missed them, and again here he overcommitted. And I had like 2 or 3 spectators these last 3 games, because everyone, my whole clan, knew that I was trying to push to 6.6k, and my goal this season was actually 6.3k, and I don't know what went through my mind that said, oh, I want 6.6, 6.3 is not enough, and I just did it. I just played more and more. So here I knew that he's gonna protect the musketeer obviously, and I waited. I went for the other side because I knew he would defend the other side, and I just tried to cycle back to another X-Bow really quick before he cycled back to another Hog, but I knew I'm not gonna keep up with his cycle. So here that was just for to correct my cycle, that on the right side, but it worked. It really worked, and I just wanted to take out his musketeer with this Tesla. I didn't really want it to leave. The musk is very annoying, yet it can get huge value if you don't counter it quickly. But as you can see, this is the part where I got a lot of damage from, because I just like to nado things when I can nado them. And this was huge, because at this point I knew I was like 2 rockets away and like 2 arrows, so I just tried to cycle here. I don't think I went for another defensive X-Bow this game. I just tried to cycle, and finally I activated my King Tower, which doesn't really matter at this point in the game. And he tried to predict my X-Bow here, and he didn't really predict it, because I wasn't going for another offensive X-Bow, and here he fireballed my X-Bow, so I just knew that the game was over. I just had to cycle here 1 more arrows, rocket, and this game. So I just cycled here. I think the Hog got some hits here, but it wasn't even close. So I just nado here, so I make sure that the musk doesn't get too much damage on our tower, and I just rocket arrows, and that is the game. So 2.6 is a very easy matchup. I was very lucky that I got this matchup. But yeah, so this was the first game. Let's hop right into the next one. Here I was at 6,568 trophies. I remember perfectly because I really hope that my next opponent will have like with 20 or 30 more trophies than me. So one game and I will get that 6.6k, but it didn't happen, and this guy had 6,530 something trophies, so I just didn't get lucky enough. And he had the deck that Remy Ellie built. This deck, I mean, it's a counter to many decks like Golem or E-Golem, and you just can't break through. But I think I have matchup here. It's like 60-40 matchup for me here. And he went really aggressive right now. I really don't know why he went so aggressive, but I've just gone with the knight, and I just let the miner deal damage. And I thought I'll go for the X-bow, and at this point in the game I didn't realize that he had a Remy Ellie deck. And I went for a X-bow Tesla at the bridge. And oh my god. And I was like, wow, because when he put the rocket down, then I realized what deck he's actually using, and because of that I went 10 elixir at the bridge and he went only 6. I thought I lost the game because of that. I thought he's in a huge elixir advantage, but apparently he wasn't, and now we're even at elixir, so it's not a very bad start for me. I mean, it is, but it could have been a lot better. So in these matchups where I face Rocket Cycle, I try to bait out the Rocket somehow and go X-bow the other lane. I mean, and it's sometimes work and sometimes doesn't work. So in matchups like against log bait, if the opponent doesn't fall in the trap and doesn't rocket something else other than the X-bow, I just can't win, because here I try to rocket his tower and hope that he would also rocket. And he didn't, but I knew that he will rocket, so that's why I went for this Ice Wizard, because I knew he would rocket, because he wouldn't resist the temptation, and he rocketed. And at this point I was like, oh baby, oh, now I can go for the X-bow. So he didn't have Valkyrie cycle. He tried to predict my X-bow, but he messed up really bad here. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe he had a bit of lag, but that was just the game. That was game over for him. And I knew he'll rocket here, so I tried to cycle fast to another X-bow, and he didn't have elixir here, so he would obviously go for a Valk or a bomb tower, and he went for the bomb tower. And again he goes for the Valkyrie there, and I just nade it. Then that's good game. He can't do anything else. He gave up. So yeah, that's the second game. And yeah, let's hop right into the game that took me to 6.6k. Let's go. This is the game that took me to 6.6k trophies, and when I saw Goblin Barrel I was like, oh no, because I knew that he had rocket, obviously, because I mean, he could have played triple bait, but there's not much triple bait in ladder right now. So when he played the princess, I instantly knew he had rocket. When he played the dark prince, I wasn't really sure what he was using, but I thought that he might have this deck. And this deck usually runs prince instead of dark prince, but I guess this guy doesn't have the prince upgraded, or he just likes dark prince for the splash damage, I don't know. But yeah, this is his matchup. It's like 55-45 matchup for him, or 60-40 or something like that. And I went for the X-bow here. I just tried to bait out the rocket because I think I have a faster cycle than him, but he can still cycle back to another rocket, I think. And here my arrows were just too late, and yeah, the X-bow couldn't get damage on the tower. And at this point I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna reach 6.6k this season, because this is a huge matchup for this guy. But somehow I won. Let's see how. So I tried to predict the princess there. It didn't work out, because I don't want any damage when I have 2900 HP left on my tower. I don't want to take any damage. So here I go for the defensive X-bow just to take out the princess, not do anything else. And he rocketed. I don't know if that was the best play from him, but I guess it was. So I go for the knight here, and he's in a 1 elixir advantage. Not the best, but it could have been worse. So I tried to cycle back to another X-bow here. Just arrows at the goblin barrel and go ice wizard here so the bandit won't dash. And right now I think I went for the rocket on the princess just to try to bait out his rocket and so make him also rocket my tower, but apparently he didn't have rocket in cycle, so it didn't work out that well. And here he just gave me huge arrows value, and I knew that I could just nado and skeletons on these goblins and I wouldn't take any damage whatsoever. The bandit connected on the right side and the dark prince hit the tower once, and again I tried to predict his princess but didn't work out again. And here I knew that I will go for the X-bow, and I don't know what he didn't go for the rocket first time. He really messed up here. He really did. And I just arrows this, and he's in huge trouble. I thought he'll rocket. If I knew that he wouldn't rocket and go for the bandit instead, I would have protected the X-bow with all I had. And again I thought that Tesla will hit the princess, but apparently it doesn't, so kinda unfortunate. And again, a huge arrows value for me. I knew that I can just nado and skeletons that and no damage taken, and I'm in a huge lead. This guy really messed up, and at this point I was like, I just need to defend, not use my arrows on stupid things, and rocket his tower once and I win the game. So I was like super excited here, super hyped that I will hit 6.6k, super hyped. This was easy defense. Again, just go for, I somehow cycled back to another arrows because I previously arrowed the princess, so that was huge. And I think the opponent will start rocket cycling my tower right now, and obviously it wouldn't work out because I have such a huge advantage. So at this point I was like, yeah, this is my game. So this guy rocket my tower, so he had to deal with a defensive X-bow and couldn't, and he needs to deal damage with something else other than the rocket to take me out, and he just couldn't do that. He just couldn't. I had a defensive X-bow, I had everything, and this was the game. I just need one more rocket and I win. So yeah, this was my journey to hit 6.6k. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.